Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Cody Rhodes could shock the world by embracing the dark side and joining forces with a former WWE champion at Backlash 2025. The American Nightmare was last seen at WrestleMania 41, where he lost the undisputed WWE Championship to John Cena. However, his absence may not last much longer, as he could make his return at the upcoming Backlash PLE with a surprising twist. After his controversial loss in the main event of WrestleMania 41 Night 2, Cody Rhodes will look to regain the undisputed WWE Championship upon his return. However, this time he could be joined by the newly formed alliance of Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are no strangers to each other. Since the American Nightmare's return to WWE at WrestleMania 38, the two superstars have fought alongside and against each other on numerous occasions. The Visionary played a key role in Cody Rhodes' victory at WrestleMania XL. The shared past with Seth could lead to Rhodes turning heel and joining the Architect in his vision for the future of the industry. This alliance could greatly benefit Rhodes, as Paul Heyman could pull some strings and fast-track him to a title match against the winner of John Cena versus Randy Orton after Backlash. The Weissman made a similar offer to Sami Zayn a couple of weeks ago on Raw, but the underdog from the Underground refused and paid for it dearly during the show's main event. Travis Scott assisted John Cena in defeating Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, so this time around, the American Nightmare could come with a backup of his own in the form of Seth Rollins and company to ensure he walks out with the undisputed WWE Championship around his waist. That said, the angle is speculative at this point. The alliance between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman was formed at WrestleMania 41, where the Weissman betrayed both CM Punk and Roman Reigns and helped the Visionary come out victorious in the main event of Night 1. Punk and Reigns tried to get their hands on the heel duo the following night on Raw. However, Braun Breaker made sure they were unsuccessful by taking them out, as he aligned himself with Rollins and Heyman. The following week, the Architect tried convincing Sami Zayn to join his group, but Sami rejected the offer. The group ended up punishing Zayn for his non-compliance. This past Monday on Raw, the Weissman manipulated Jey Uso into putting his World Heavyweight title on the line against Seth Rollins. The finish saw CM Punk making his return and taking out Rollins and Breaker with a steel chair. The show ended with Punk, Zayn, and Jey Uso standing tall, with Seth Rollins and co. having to retreat. With Punk, Roman Reigns, Zayn, and Jey gunning for the villainous alliance, the heel group could look to add a new member to bring the numbers game in its favor. Cody Rhodes' addition solves this problem. Seth Rollins has made it clear that he wants the World Heavyweight Championship. With Cody Rhodes going after the undisputed WWE Championship, the alliance could lead the charge of the industry according to their vision. With the top prizes of both brands under their control, the group would become unstoppable. The Rock hinted on the Pat McAfee show post-WrestleMania that Rhodes could turn heel in the future, and this could be a great opportunity to pull the trigger. This scenario is all speculation for now, and there are no reports of Cody Rhodes turning heel or joining Seth Rollins' faction. Fans will have to wait and see how and when WWE brings back the American Nightmare. In a year dominated by twists, betrayals, returns, and unforeseen alliances, WWE finds itself on the precipice of yet another seismic shift, one that could change the landscape of its top title picture and rewrite the story of the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, who finally fulfilled his destiny at WrestleMania 40 by defeating Roman Reigns to become the undisputed WWE champion, has carried the torch of WWE's most cherished prize with pride and conviction. Yet, as the company speeds toward Backlash 2025, ominous signs suggest that Rhodes may be heading in a shocking new direction, one that not only breaks the hearts of his most loyal fans but also aligns him with one of WWE's most polarizing and cunning former champions. Could Cody Rhodes, the man who inspired millions by finishing the story, now be writing a whole new chapter, one soaked in betrayal, ambition, and cold-blooded dominance? WWE is no stranger to heel turns. From Hulk Hogan's legendary betrayal at Bash at the Beach to Seth Rollins stabbing the Shield in the back, every generation has witnessed its share of character-shattering moments. And now, all eyes are locked on Rhodes' subtle but telling signs hint at a dark transformation that could unfold as soon as Backlash. The question that looms large is, if Cody does turn heel, who will be standing beside him? The answer may lie in a former WWE champion who's been lurking in the shadows of the main event scene, Randy Orton. The seeds of change. Why a heel turn makes sense now. Since winning the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 40, Rhodes has defended the title against top-tier opponents and carried the flag for WWE with honor. His story arc, one of redemption, legacy, and family, is widely viewed as one of the most emotionally satisfying in modern wrestling history. Yet, satisfying stories often reach a climax, and the art of wrestling is to keep the audience guessing. With fresh contenders rising, including LA Knight, Gunther, and even newer faces like Braun Breaker, Rhodes finds himself at a crossroads. The early stages of his title reign have seen subtle frustrations emerge. During a recent episode of Raw, cameras caught Rhodes lingering longer than usual after his victory celebration, staring silently at his championship belt with an unreadable expression. Backstage segments have hinted at tension between Rhodes and WWE management, particularly Adam Pearce, after Cody protested a controversial triple threat match that determined his next challenger. The tone of Cody's promos has also subtly shifted, from fiery, inclusive messages to cryptic remarks about what it takes to stay on top. These micro-moments might appear insignificant to the casual viewer, but seasoned wrestling fans know better. WWE rarely moves pieces on its chessboard without long-term planning. If Rhodes is indeed being repositioned, it's being done with surgical precision. And what better way to trigger this metamorphosis than through a partnership that shocks the WWE universe? The Viper in the Grass. Why Randy Orton is the perfect catalyst. Randy Orton has always been WWE's most dangerous chameleon. Whether leading Evolution, The Legacy, or striking on his own as the apex predator, Orton is the master of turning tides in his favor. His 2024 return from injury was met with thunderous applause, but since then he's been relatively quiet, too quiet. After failing to win the Royal Rumble and coming up short in a title opportunity against Gunther earlier this year, Orton's demeanor has grown colder and more volatile. Though still operating as a face in WWE's ecosystem, recent backstage interviews have shown flashes of the old Viper, the manipulative mind who trusts no one and serves only himself. There's historical precedence, too. Cody and Orton share deep roots going back to The Legacy. For those unfamiliar, The Legacy was a faction formed in 2008 comprising second- and third-generation wrestlers, namely Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. Under Orton's tutelage, Cody learned the art of psychological warfare, ring psychology, and strategic betrayal. Although Rhodes eventually left to blaze his own trail, the scars and respect have never fully faded. Fast forward to 2025, and both men find themselves veterans of an industry that has evolved dramatically since their first alliance. But what if they brought that alliance full circle? What if Randy Orton returned not to challenge Cody, but to guide him down the very path he once walked, where gold means more than morality, and legacy is forged not through cheers but through dominance? The Backlash Factor. A moment ripe for chaos. WWE Backlash 2025 is shaping up to be a card stacked with volatility. Rhodes is scheduled to defend the undisputed WWE Championship in the main event, but the opponent's identity has been kept tightly under wraps. Rumors suggest it could be a surprise challenger, or worse, a setup. What if Rhodes appears to be defending his title as a hero, only for Orton to interfere, costing the challenger the match and aligning himself with Rhodes? Such an angle could echo the infamous Seth Rollins heel turn of 2014 or even the Edge/Lita betrayal of Matt Hardy. Emotional, sudden, and brutally effective. The optics of Orton helping Cody retain, followed by a handshake or a brutal post-match attack on the challenger, would draw nuclear heat. Rhodes turning heel in Puerto Rico. where Backlash is rumored to take place again, would maximize the reaction, as the passionate international crowd would likely erupt in outrage. What would heel Cody look like in 2025? A heel Cody Rhodes in 2025 would be unlike anything we've seen before. No longer the underdog or the noble dream chaser, Rhodes could adopt a persona that blends arrogance with entitlement. Dressed in custom suits, surrounded by allies like Orton, and speaking in calm yet venomous tones, Rhodes could become WWE's ultimate power broker. Too smart to be caught, too ruthless to be dethroned. He could echo Roman Reigns' tribal chief run, but from a different angle. Where Roman built a family-driven empire, Cody could construct a political dynasty within WWE. A new faction, possibly dubbed the Dynasty, featuring Orton, possibly Braun Breaker, and a returning Chad Gable could form under Rhodes' leadership. This stable could control all aspects of WWE: titles, narratives, and even production manipulation, turning Rhodes into a sinister puppet master. Imagine Rhodes cutting promos where he references how fans bait in to finish the story, only for him to turn around and claim that they never truly respected him. "You wanted me to win, but you never wanted me to lead," he might declare. "So now I lead for myself." Fallout and feuds. Who could stand against them? A Rhodes-Orton alliance would send shockwaves through the WWE locker room and set the stage for a series of mega feuds. LA Knight, one of the most organically over babyfaces in the company, could be positioned as the first true resistance. Knight's brash charisma and connection to the fans would make him the perfect foil for a heel Rhodes. Their promos would be fire, their matches violent, and the stakes astronomical. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and even a returning Seth Rollins could all eventually rise up to challenge this new regime. The ultimate showdown, however, could see Rhodes face his own brother, Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, in what would be a symbolic confrontation of family versus power. Though unlikely in the near term, Dustin returning for a one-time emotional clash would be a callback to their shared AEW legacy and the fractured roads that brought them here. WWE's long-term vision: a Rhodes empire. Triple H and WWE's creative team have been praised in recent years for long-term storytelling, and this heel turn could be the next big arc. Just as Roman Reigns ruled with an iron fist for over 1,300 days, Cody could now begin a similarly dominant reign, but with an entirely different flavor. He wouldn't need a bloodline. He would be the general, not the chief. And with Orton whispering venom in his ear, the American Nightmare could become the company's most cunning heel since the Authority-era Triple H. Merchandising would likely shift. The Nightmare branding could evolve into something darker, even authoritarian. WWE could release new visuals, black and gold variants of Cody's entrance attire, a darker remix of his theme song, and Titantron footage laced with historical revisionism. He finished the story, the new tagline might go, but rewrote the ending. Fan reactions: polarizing but promising. There's no denying the impact a heel turn would have. Some fans, especially younger ones and those who genuinely idolize Rhodes' journey, may be devastated. But others, particularly longtime viewers who crave complexity, would embrace this new evolution. Rhodes has long been compared to Triple H and Ric Flair for his in-ring psychology and old-school storytelling instincts. Turning heel would allow him to tap into those influences and create an arc that deepens his WWE legacy. Ultimately, wrestling thrives on emotional investment. Love, hate, betrayal, redemption. If Rhodes aligns with Orton at Backlash 2025, WWE could spark a new golden age of narrative-driven wrestling, full of drama, action, and unforgettable moments. The final word: will it happen? As of now, nothing is confirmed. But the signs are there. The timing, the narrative openings, the chemistry with Randy Orton, it all fits. Cody Rhodes' babyface reign has given fans a feel-good WrestleMania payoff, but every hero must confront temptation. Every dream must risk becoming a nightmare. And if the American Nightmare finally embraces the darkness at Backlash, WWE may never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.